So we're ready to do this front cover. So first thing you're going to do, you are going to cut a piece of solid red. I use this one. And you are going to cut it, remember this is 8 1/8 by 6 1/2. So this is going to be 8 by 6 3/8. Ink the edges and you're going to put that down. Once this is down, that's when you're going to go ahead and add your magnets. You want your magnets on this page. After you have your magnets in, and I'm going to insert a video on how to transfer your magnets onto this page. Once you have your magnets on, then you're going to apply this paper, which is from the Core Collection. This is 7 7/8 by 6 1/4. Ink the edges, and then this will go on like this. And then I will put my other video where I actually constructed this part of the cover. So first thing, cut this piece. I'll show you how to transfer the magnets over to here, and then you're going to put this piece down here, and then I will insert the video that starts showing you how to place all these elements on top. So we're ready to add our magnets. Now I put a bunch of photo mats in here just to bulk it up, so I'd have a good way of knowing how I need to put my magnets. So what I did is I adhered the magnets onto this inner flap. Remember, this inner flap has been reinforced with another layer of the cardstock that you used to build this. So I put them on that second layer. The magnets are like a finger width in from the side and the top on both of them. So we're going to transfer one magnet at a time. So this one has tape on it. We're going to pull this up, and we want this to be square. So we want everything to be squared up. We don't want it in, we don't want it out, we want it to be square. So that looks pretty good. Let me pull it up to my eyes if that's good. There. So this one's transferred over. I'm just going to put a piece of tape down to hold it down. So now we're going to transfer the other side. And just do the same thing. Hold it up. Make sure both sides are square. You do not want this one pulling in. So that looks good. That looks good. Okay. So we have our magnets transferred. Just going to put some tape on them so they don't grab each other and loosen each other. So that's that. Next, you're going to get this piece. Make sure you've inked the edges, and then you're going to adhere that down. So that's what I'm going to do next, is get this down. Like that. Then you're going to get this piece from the Patterns and Solids. And let's see, what size is this? This is 4/8, 5/8, 5 5/8. Not quite 5 3/4, 5 5/8 by 5 it's 1/16 more than 5 1/4. About. You can see it there. 5 1/4 plus 1/16. That's going to go somewhere here. Not sure where, but and what I did is I used the stub punch to cut the corners out. That's going to go somewhere there. And from the cut aparts, you're going to get this card and just cut it out, ink the edges, and then you're going to adhere it to a piece of black cardstock with that little bit of reveal. So I haven't adhered that down yet. That's going to go somewhere around here. And then you're going to get this card and you're going to cut it out, and there it is in the front, but I'm using the back side. And what I did is I backed this on a little bit of red cardstock and then the black cardstock. So it's going to go like this. Let me put a paper clip here so these kind of stay together. So that's going to go there, and this is going to go behind it a little bit, but stick up a little bit, like something like that. Oops, this probably go all the way a little farther up. Then you're going to get this piece. Every adventure requires a first step. I just cut that little strip out from the cut apart page, and then I backed it on the solid gold. This is the solid, the other side's the solid gold, and it is, I didn't really measure it, it's almost 1/4 of an inch. It's 1/16 less than 1/4 of an inch there. So that was going to go down like this somewhere. And I put this down from the top about 3/4 of an inch from the top. So hopefully that's centered, and I use my quilting ruler to center everything. So that is going to go there. It's about 1/8 of an inch from the side here, I believe. And then you have these two pieces that have been matted. Alice is going to go straight. She's going to go straight up and down. I have her about like that. So she's going to be the equal distance. Whatever here is, this is that. And then just a little bit above the bottom. And then the rabbit card is going to go behind her at an angle and up. But I want to make sure this closes so that shows. So it's going to be something like that. Just at an angle there. So those are going to go down. I have these 3 little stamps from the collection that I cut out. And I'm just going to be putting, let's see, it doesn't matter how I put them, but I'm having them like this. So they're going to be like kind of like that. And they're going to be sitting behind here. Then I have this that I cut out from here, from this card. So I cut this out and inked it. That is going to be sitting up in the corner here, like that, something like that. And then I cut this hat out from the same, this piece here. It's from, where I know it's from here. It's, where did I get it? Oh, it's like this. Yeah, it was like this. So I cut this hat out from this card here on the back side. That is going to be going somewhere down like that. So that's this. I haven't put them all down, but you can kind of see how it's going. And then I got this. Every adventure begins with the first step from your cut out part page. And then I just put it on the solid gold paper, and this is only about a quarter of an inch wide, so not very wide. I just wanted a little gold around it. That is going to go from end, let me open this up, from end to end down here. And finally, if you want to put your February, this February was from the same page that I cut out my calendar from, and I printed my calendar at 85%. And I used this font, the 19-point font that's reduced by 85%. That's the font I used, and that's going to go somewhere down like this. Then that will close like that. Now for this piece, I tried out multiple trials. First I tried that one because that was my initial thing. I wanted the hearts, and that looks good. It's just so kind of busy, but it does look good, and it does look like February, and I don't know, I really do like that. Now that I look at it, I do really like that. But I thought it was just, oh my gosh, it's so busy. So I wanted something to calm it down a little bit. So then I got the plain red. And I like that because that just kind of calms it all down. So I'm actually thinking of doing the solid red. But if you like this and the busyness doesn't bother you and you think it looks nice, I do think it looks nice. It does look pretty, especially when I look at it on the screen. It actually looks really pretty. So you can do that if you like. I think I'm going to do this just because I want it to calm down a little bit and make one of my button, like I did with my other ones, make my little door handle, that's piece that's going to go here. I haven't got it worked out yet, but just like I made my other one, I get one of those graphic 45 little chipboard pieces, the round ones. You've seen them all. If you have graphic 45, it's actually this piece. I just make a hole in the middle of it. I ink it up. I inked it up with really dark brown. And I'm going to make a hole in that. And then I'm going to use one of these Tim Holt, actually get this one out. One of these Tim Holtz, I don't know what you call them, jump rings, whatever you call them. These, I just take them apart, take the whole thing out, and I use this piece to put in the center of my little chipboard piece. I'm going to be using the silver one, I believe. And so there's the silver one. So I'm going to be putting the silver one on here. And then I'm going to use my small brad, a silver small brad, wherever that is, and put my silver small brad in here. And I'm going to back it on a little circle. Haven't figured out what kind of paper I'm going to use on the back, but it'll be something like this. Haven't figured this part out yet. But you do not have to do that at all. Okay, so I'm going to get all this down and I'll be back once I get it down. So everything is put down here. Put this piece on, decide on the solid red. I have this little piece, got ink all over my fingers. This little piece inked, added the little brad, flattened it, cut the little wings off a little bit. I'm going to add a piece of heavy-duty cardstock, same diameter as this piece that it's on, which is 5/8 of an inch. I decided on using this to cut the bottom piece. This is just solid black cardstock. This is going to be glued down to make this a smooth surface, and then I'm going to be adhering it down somewhere around here with either Beacon 3-in-1 or my Uhan, the UHU glue, just because it's a stronger glue, and then that will be somewhere around there. Got to get that positioned about right like that. So that's going to be about how the front cover looks. And now we're done with the front cover, and we just need to do the back cover and the inside of this flap, and we'll be done. So the back cover, we're going to use the same red paper, solid red paper for the back side. So this is going to be 8 by 6.5 minus 1/8, because this is 6.5. And then you're going to get this paper, and it's going to be 7 7/8, and I think 6 1/4. That should be about right, 6 1/4, or is it 6 and 6 1/4? And then this piece, I just cut 2 rows of hearts. So it's going to be the same width as this black and white paper, and it's going to be about the same height up as this piece that you put down in the front cover. So that's going to be like that. Now I wanted to put something there. So this is a piece from the cut aparts. And you probably noticed this is the same image that is in your calendar. So I was going to put that right like that. So I think that looks pretty nice. And that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll go over it at the end just to see if there's anything else we need to do. So I found when I was going through, I forgot to do the back of this. So what I'm thinking of using, I had cut this part off for this flap. So I want to bring it over here. It doesn't quite fit. And I do not want to cut into a new sheet, just in case I want to make another one of these. I have another sheet, but I do not want to cut into it. So I have this strip, and I have no idea where this strip, where it came from, but it's a strip. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting this here and putting this strip like this, and that will fill in the gap. So I'm going to cut these 2 sides. This is 6.5, so it'll be 6 3/8 tall, and I think that will look good. I'm going to try it. I just don't want to cut into a whole new sheet just for this little bit here, and it can either go here or on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these and get them ready for placement. So let's do a quick run through and see if we got everything. So the front cover is done. Everything is glued down, so there's nothing sticking out. This inner flap was placed in using that paper. There's the back. Open it up, we come to the first panel, and we have our little ribbon tie closure. So it's like that. Put the strip on the edge here. So I think that looks nice with this whole layout here. So this just closes with the tie again. Have this pocket with some inserts. There's more room if you want to put another insert in there. Then you open up this and we come to this spread, the 3-panel spread. So we have our solid matte insert, the white heart insert, and then I just got one of these from the cutouts and kind of backed it, and that's going to go in here like this. Then we have our calendar. I backed it on some 25-pound resume paper so there's not much bulk, and it's an ivory color. And then I made this, and I'm not sure if we're going to keep it. This is I think it's a 3 1/4. Yes, a 3 1/4 by 7 1/4 little photo mat insert. I thought it kind of looked nice here, or you can actually glue it down. It just breaks up the busyness of the red. And then we have our calendar that goes back in here. So like that, we already did this. Close this, open up this, and we come to this page. I put the solid gold back here, and we have a little tuck spot in here. I wanted to use this little, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So I put that there. And then we have our belly band and our 2 booklets. I still need to add some paper to the booklets on the back. I haven't done that yet, but those go in here. And then this closes, and then we got our snap, and then everything is lined up. So it looks good and it feels good, and there is the February folio completed.